What's the deal, y'all? It's your man, No Malice, and you are tuned into Track Stars Radio. That's what it is.
Yeah, back in the field with the Track Stars, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. All right, so we put out a while back that we are going to start doing album reviews. So we did the album review for Brinson with God Chasers with Ready Rider, See Straight. We also did the Lecrae review. So we got another review. So if you are artists, you want us to do a review, hit us up on the website, send us, contact us message, and we'll let you know what we need to do. And yeah, man. So Adamdabeginning is the artist we're doing today. And if you may have heard of his name because he submitted some songs to us in the past and we put it up. And personally, I think he's great. I think he's a dope MC. So I was excited to hear what his project sounded like. So he has a free EP available on his website, Adamdabeginning, ADAMDA beginning, and .com. And if you go to the free joint section, this one I think is called Finding the Answer, or what's the name of the Searching for an Answer. So go ahead and go download that so you can kind of play along with us. If you're listening to it as a podcast, pause the podcast, go listen to it, and then come back. Or if you're watching the video or whatever, if you listen live, you're just gonna have to listen to it later. But make sure you go listen to it, download it, let them know how you think as well. All right. So, how we like to do these album reviews. The point of these is, and honestly, the way we came up with it. We used to be in a group called Destinations, right? And it was a spoken word hip hop group. And we used to sit around every week and we had to write. And our show was maybe it used to be once a month, and it was once every 3 months. So every show had a theme. And, Maya would write something, Jeremiah would write something, Austin would write something. And we would have to come up with, something for that show at the time. So every week, let's say Maya had written something, she'll come and she'll do her piece. And we'll give her feedback. Hey, Maya, I like that part, but how about this? How about you end it with that? And, sometimes we hurt people's feelings and some people never came back. But sometimes if you dare and you realize that this is to help you grow, then you just keep growing. All right. So that's kind of what we're trying to recreate here. This is somebody, let's say they were about to do a show with us and we had to decide if it was going to make the show or not. And we're just giving it feedback so they can go back, make it better for the next time or whatever. Right. So what'd y'all think? Overall opinion of Adamdabeginning's project, huh?
I got some. We want to play some snippets?
Oh, yeah. Let's do that for him.
Here's all the news say. Okay. A black man shot another man in his face. Now his mom got her head down crying from disgrace, cause they about to take her son in like I'm in a dog place. But nobody cares. Lock him up and throw that iron key over there. When I looked into his eyes, man, I broke into a prayer. When I looked into his soul, it had me break it down to tears. When he was young, these get broken. Yeah. We're going to start with this little boy growing in the hood. His old man is in prison, victim of the hood. But his moms and his pops never got married, cause his pops left his mom with 2 left to carry. The boy watched his mom work 2 jobs, but the lights was always off with the 2 jobs. The boy tired of his mom being broke, so he start making money by pushing that cook. I think about what's going on with this crazy world. You got mamas beefing with their little girls, and I ain't talking about the teenage phases. What I'm talking about is borderline hatred. And plus you got families, tension so thick they can't stand under canopies together. Even if it's pouring down, the weather get wet, then the exercise love now. That's some jacked up stuff, and the dad just left cause he tired of the fuss. Meanwhile the son built the wall, there's no one he can trust. I sit back and contemplate what is wrong with us.
Yeah, that's a little taste. So make sure you go, like I said, go download that from Adamdabeginning.com. All right, so like I said, overall impressions, what y'all think?
I was gonna say I really can tell he's an excellent lyricist. I at least that's what drew me to him, like his writing skill and his storytelling ability. It makes me wonder if he actually started out as a spoken word artist, because there's just this vibe to him that I really dig. As far as
he definitely does spoken word, so you're just wondering if he started with spoken word versus rap.
Because I feel like it's transitioned over into his music. And in some ways that I think are great, and in some ways I think could be a little more effective, but I just love his flow overall.
Very good,
he's a great lyricist.
Yeah, I think I kind of piggyback off of that, where I feel like, his lyrics grab me instantly, like in every song, every song, even on the snippets we played, like it's something about his delivery, like his lyricism, is just dope. It makes you want to hear more and actually listen to what he's saying. Yeah. His sound reminds me of like a type of like Nipsey Hussle in a sense, like the sound, but with a story behind it though, and it's dope that it can be a positive story, and it could be an uplifting story, it could be a real story about some real stuff without all the cussing and he can hit you hard, with some of the stories that he's telling you, and he's keeping it real. So I think one thing that I can appreciate about an artist like that is the realness that he brings to his music, and and if he does spoken word, I definitely hear the spoken word aspect of his music. But I think he's dope.
I think he has what's refreshing is storytelling. A lot of people don't do storytelling like that. Like it was almost like him having a concept for the album, starting from when he started until the way he ended. So he did a very good job with that. And then also he did a very good job just like being refreshing. I mean, because it's not all the time that people do stories, like continual stories. It's not just it's just like they had one song of the story or two or three. His whole thing was like a story, and just his ideas are good too. Like the fact that he had something about suicide, he had something about like cause and effect, like this happens, the effect of that. He had a song for strippers and stuff like that. Just like it was just something different, you know what I mean? So yeah.
Yeah, my thing with Adam is I'm a fan already. Like, I like the stuff he sent in a while back, and what I got from it was it felt to me like he wrote a letter to the people he had been thinking about, and it came off like, this is what I really think. I ain't trying to make this song sound like a pop record. I'm not trying to do this. I'm really writing this specifically for you. To this beat, that's all this is. I'm just trying to get this point across to you, and I need you to get this. Versus a lot of artists come in, they think about it like, yo, how can I make them bounce in the club and all this kind of stuff. I felt like his primary concern was the people he was trying to write to, and I got that throughout the project, and it just felt good. I felt like even the stuff where he was just talking, and there was a little part that had like a preacher that led into the song, it just felt like he really cared about the listener. That really came across to me in the stripper song, because at first when I was first listening to it, I was like, how he know all about this stripper? Like, why he there? And then in the second verse, he touched on it. He was like, wait a minute, I can't judge you if I'm the one that's here. I contributed to your problem, so I'm not here to cast stones at you. I'm just here to let you know that I'm praying for you and I want you to live a better life or whatever. So just to me, like, it was good. It reminded me of the way Paul writes in the Bible. It's like, look, I understand this is what you're thinking. Right. I ain't trying to fool you with nothing I'm saying, but this is the truth. You know what I mean? And that's what I got from him.
I got you.
My thing with him is, man, like, if I had, I set up this J-Dot thing maybe 11 years ago now.
It's been a while.
It's been 11 years, man. I really wish I had J-Dot to a better place, because I would sign dudes like this. I would sign Adam if I could, and give him an opportunity, because we'll get into the what we wish for the future. But to me, lyrically, man, he just sounds strong. He sounds strong. He sounds like there's a certain thing that I listen for when I listen to projects. It's not just the production. It's not just concept. It's not just all that. It's when you talk, do I trust you? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's certain artists I trust that if I turn on a song, you tell me Adamdabeginning is going to be on a song, or you tell me Swoop is going to be on a song, you tell me so-and-so is going to be on a song, I'm like, even if I don't like the song, I know he going to say something interesting on the song. And he, to me, comes off where I know he going to come up with something that's going to be like, okay, I like that. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. It's like, it's not about liking every song. It's about, do I trust you as a lyricist? So I think he got that down pat, man. And the spoken word feel, the flow pattern that it chops in it, and he plays around with the rhyme scheme. Yeah. I love that. So yeah, that's my thoughts on it. Okay. All right.
Now, I thought it was good as well. I think we all talked about it being lyrical. When we sat down and listened to it, I picked up on his lyrics immediately, and tell that he had a talent for it. So I enjoyed it, man. You could tell that there was it seemed like a background in spoken word by the way he was rapping. I was like, he's a true storyteller. Like that's what I got from it. And lyrically, he is nice. I would definitely give him that. I enjoyed it.
All right, so again, if you know the Track Stars, this ain't for play. We don't. This ain't just powder puff football. We get serious, right? So
let's get real.
We just like we used to do. We give real feedback and we try and help make sure, because the point of this is not to make anybody feel bad or anything. Even when if you saw the Lecrae review, some people were throwing a couple jabs in that one too. But overall, it's just, man, we really love what you're doing. Yeah, you. Overall, we really love what you're doing. But here's what we think could make it even better. All right, so this is the section where we talk about what we would like to see in the future from Mr. Adam.
Now let me start out by saying this. Every artist has to make the decision of whether or not they are going to make their art for art's sake, meaning creative expression. This is me getting my thoughts out, expressing myself. Even as you mentioned earlier, Shantana, this is a letter to a specific audience of people that I want to connect with and reach. That's one side of it. And then the other side of it is the industry side of it, where you are targeting a mass, where you are trying to get a large group of people's attention, not only with your content and your delivery, but also your presentation of your overall product. And so I think every artist comes to a crossroads where they have to make that decision. And it's not that you can't have both, but there are going to be times when you have to choose one over the other. And so I start this segment with that, because I feel like you're an artist and you are very creative and you want to express yourself and you want to communicate your message. The majority of the notes that you're going to hear are industry notes, because this is about reaching a mass number of people, so the Celebs of Jesus Christ, out in a way where people you'll get their attention, whether they're saved or unsaved. You get what I'm saying?
And be real.
I'm just saying.
That's what it would be.
I'm just saying.
In our point of view, but the real industry is about how you reach the most amount of people to get the most amount of money.
Yeah.
Basically, that's what you're gonna hear. Yeah. And they gonna pick it apart to make sure that they get the return on the investment that they want to see. So that's the industry part of it that you got to battle with. Some people don't need to approach the industry side because it waters down their purpose.
Yeah.
They get lost in the persona piece of it, because you kind of have to be something that they want you to be. Even if you're independent, you still got to kind of put on a little bit, and then you start. We've been talking about this for so long, man. There's just little things that I worry about just with Christian hip hop in general. There's some compromises that I see being made that is a bigger topic. But anyway, so what Maya said is key. So this is if you trying to go big.
Yeah.
This is what you would need to probably think about doing. But if you content with building that small army and growing it, over time, then you stick to what you do and just keep improving little technical things. But what y'all think?
I think that's very, very accurate. I think a thing that I would say, I think Maya kind of mentioned it earlier, with his songs and stuff like that. If we think industry, you think catchy hook, something that will make me remember the songs, because 9 out of 10 everybody remembers the hook before they start learning the verse.
Exactly.
So and the songs that I've heard from him, it wasn't really a hook or anything that could, even though he was saying some amazing stuff. I think his lyrics are great, but it's like if we're talking about industry, like what is going to make me want to continue to play it? I need some, because you got to think about, like, the hook is what grab people, get them their heads bobbing, and they think about the song, and then a month or 2 or 3 or 4 down the line, you start learning the lyrics to it.
Yeah.
So that would be like my only thing that I would say, based enough of what Maya said.
It doesn't even have to be a super complex hook. It could be a very simple, repetitive hook, but it needs to be something that sticks out in people's minds. And the hook has to be directly connected, or I won't say has to be, should be. There are rare cases, where a song title has, it's loosely tied to the hook, but it should be connected so that you don't have to think too hard about what was that song and how does it relate to this title and how does it, it should be easy to remember.
Now let me qualify this, because y'all may not appreciate this, but this young lady has written, performed on a project that went to number 16 on the Billboard Gospel chart.
Say it again.
She has been doing this for years and years. I met her, and she was already in a group that was blowing up.
You're so humble, bro.
And Maya was a part. If you don't know her, she was a part of a group called Destiny Praise.
Woo!
They had a song called His Will. They had a song called Broken, which she did spoken word on, and she sang on. So spoken word and MC as well, and singer. She knows what she means when doing it as an art. Like Destinations was, this is your art. It ain't got to be industry. It just got to be hot. Versus having to appease masses of people is a different journey. And there was a lot of learning that we had to do along the way. So make sure you're listening to what Maya said.
Professional.
Never mind all he just said. Okay. I know, I was just joking back. All right, so kind of what you said, and I think people think because you're in the Christian industry, sales don't matter. It's all about Jesus, and that's totally false. Unfortunately, it's totally false.
It's all about Jesus.
It's all about Jesus, but it's totally false about it. Just doesn't matter about what you put out and stuff like that. So, I mean, the recommendations for him, I'm a engineer in my heart of hearts, got a degree in engineering, so I would say
professional.
Mixing is a big thing. I would say try, I don't know if you're doing the mixing, but try to let people hear it before you finally put it out, because sometimes that could throw people off all the thing, because at the end of the day, we hate it. We do line for line and people hate us being compared, but at the end of the day, if you sound worse than whoever, if you're in New Orleans, if you sound worse than whoever is the quote unquote hottest rapper in New Orleans, they may not even give you a chance because it just doesn't sound as quality. And that's what you want. You want something that sounds quality. So I would do, and this is something Thizzle, shout out to him, he said this in a blog I saw. He was like, get one song, get it professionally mixed, get it professionally mastered, and shop that one song. And then when you save up enough money, do a few more songs, do the same thing, because you want people to be like, yo, this is good. You know what I mean? I can't hate on it. This is good. You don't want people to be like, he's saying good stuff, but this is just not mixed properly. It doesn't sound good. You want it to sound good. So that's what one of my critiques would be. And then also, just because it sounds like you got an underground backpack filled, just because your underground backpack doesn't mean that the beats don't still have to bang. You know what I mean? The beats have to still sound good. You know what I mean? Not saying all the beats didn't sound good, but just the beats just have to knock, and it can still knock too, just because you doing backpack rap. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking about, you know what I mean? I was just thinking about different people that I know are underground rappers, but they stuff still have a knock and stuff to it. So that would be my job.
My advice was I liked a lot of the beats on here, but the thing about these is, and this is what I would say the best do. A producer, like an industry producer, was get in the room with you, and just because I watched, I mean, we were part of the process of getting Destiny Praise up on Billboard. He would come in and he would say, okay, you for instance, the song about the stripper song, that was great, but he would say, okay, you got that one. Now I need something that thump. Right. Now I need something about your mama. Right. Now I need something that does this. So you gotta cover all your bases, because you can have every single one of these songs on your album, but you gotta have like 8 more that hit the pressure points that people want to hear. So that's the only thing. It's like, there's nothing wrong with the songs on here, but if for a full-fledged project, you gotta have the single. And people work for months on one single, because singles may not even make you feel good about it. You know what I'm saying? Eminem, if you listen to some of Eminem's interviews, he was like what was it? How My Name Is, all of those songs. He was like, I don't even like those songs. But that's what they needed from me. They kept begging me for a single, and now I was like, okay, I just wrote something silly down and gave it in. They were like, yo, that's it. And he was like, okay. I mean, so sometimes the singles don't even make you feel good, but you gotta grab the people before they listen to a song that they need. To me, people need to hear the stripper song, but they won't if they don't get dragged into it with a single. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So them singles are hard. I mean, y'all remember when His Will finally came out? Like, it's like, man, I don't even know if I like that all the way, but it's gonna work because you hitting things that people gonna be like, yes, Jesus, yes. You know what I mean? It's obvious. It's like, okay, this is gonna hit.
Yeah.
Broken is gonna hit. Of course it is. But your favorite songs may be Lion of Judah or whatever.
I still praise the Broken right now.
So you see what I'm saying? So that part of it is the next level. But to me, I thought
some unstoppables.
For me, I think the groundwork is there.
Shout out, Pastor.
The production that you like is good, but there's gonna have to be some compromises a little bit with the. You got to have some thumpy stuff, man. Because we go out and we see all these concerts. We're going to a concert later tonight with Cannon, Social Club.
Yep.
Who else? Derek Minor's in town as well. And these people, like, whether you like it or not, it's not because all of them are super better than Adamdabeginning lyrically. It's because they got thumpy stuff that kids like to just
jump and get wild
to do whatever. Even the conscious rappers,
you gotta have it.
Have the thumpy something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the unfortunate.
He got it in.
That's the unfortunate thing that kids like to turn up.
Make one.
If your audience is older than kids and your audience is the that genre, you're just trying to hit that underground market, then forget all this. Do whatever you want to do, because if it works in the coffee house, if it works in the live concert, then you keep killing that. But for this radio stuff, I'm telling you, man, they're gonna ask for this. Where's the single?
Very true.
So hopefully that helps, man. So overall, man, I would say great job. It sounds great. I'm personally a fan, like I said, and yeah, man. Yeah, so check out adamdabeginning.com. Download the free joint. You got a lot of his website is awesome, by the way. So anyway, man, you in the field with the track stars, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. Let's go.
Yeah, greetings and salutations to all.